What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So today I have an interesting topic that I wanted to talk about, and it might be a little bit niche because you either care or don't. So lately this month I've been doing a lot of energy pushing, and what that is like just doing all the stuff that you would see in your H journal, all this stuff. And I kind of wanted to talk about my experience, so for all of you who are thinking about doing it in the future, why it might be important and everything. So, you know, for all of you who do gathering, you probably, run into energy problems at some point, and or use the plus 500 miracle herb thingy that you get from Morning Light. So I also wanted to do this mostly just because I like seeing the bigger number get bigger. I don't know how to describe it. It's just satisfying. And one thing I've always said to people, especially to the newer players, is never let your energy cap out, because energy can be turned into silver in one way or the other. And it's just something that you will probably use, as long as you're playing Black Desert. So anyway, with that said, I wanted to talk about my experience and go over stuff for beginners and people who are looking to just push the number as high as possible and what I've been doing. So if you're a new player, so I think I would say about the first 500 energy is relatively easy, and you just get it by playing the game naturally. After 500, you probably have to go out of your way to do stuff, and then just start all that over again. So one thing, Ecology, you probably need it. I would say going to about, over 5,000, maybe 6,000 is... you do have to invest a bit of time into it, but it's not too bad. Like, you just naturally progress, grind different grind spots as you get different gear and everything. And yeah, after that, you go out of your way into a lot of other spots. And yeah. So anyway, you get a lot of energy just by naturally playing the game, discovering things, characters, literally just talking to all the NPCs. That's probably one of the easiest ways to get energy in the game. And if you see it blue, that means you've done everything. When it's white, it means you haven't completely unlocked all of the knowledge of everything. But at the end of the day, my only goal is to get the energy out of it. And then, yeah, so just playing the game naturally, discovering new things, characters will get you a good chunk of energy. Topography is basically like discovering nodes, land, and everything. And then, yeah, so unlocking nodes, talking to a node manager, do some Amity games, which I need to update my Amity guide because that one is so outdated and things changed. So, yeah, Topography, just once again, this is a natural thing. You play the game, discover nodes, talk to NPCs, and you're good to go. That's all the stuff up down here, and at the end of the day you just get energy out of it. Very easy, right? To see, this one is kind of different. Like, if you've never done sailing in your life and you're like, oh, I want this energy but I don't know where to start. So basically, here's what I would do. You can get multiple things at once and also try to make a little bit of silver as well. So I've talked about this in terms of, if you ever done bartering or sailing. And small tips I can give you guys if you plan on doing it, especially with Blue Battlefield coming out next week, I believe. Keep Ilia Island as your barter set and Port Euphoria as your boat upgrade materials, right? That'll organize a lot of stuff, especially if you don't have all the storage for like newer players or people who don't spend money on the game. And then start just like bartering around, let's say Lima Island. Let's consider this the halfway point between Ilia and Port Euphoria, right? Start bartering around this half first, and then start expanding into the other half, and then you just unlock more of that. And then eventually you start doing Margoria bartering, and doing dailies, which takes you out into the ocean to do all this. Sailing is a lot easier nowadays because they changed the currents and stuff, so like it's not as bad. There's actually a wind route back in the day. Nowadays, you can just kind of sail straight and nothing really happens. So yeah, going into the sea and doing, just unlocking knowledge and all the islands and everything, it's actually not as bad as you think. Just start bartering for like a week or two and you just get these naturally. And then you make some silver out of it along the way. You might think bartering is fun, and then you do that. Ecology. Now, this is a tricky one because ecology is, you know, getting knowledge of the enemy. So you know how it tells you right here, like most people will just get C knowledge just to see the health bar, and then S knowledge gives you more. So the thing is, what's annoying is a lot of these things I don't have fully completed because it involves going out of your way into like older spots. Let's say you're about like 300 AP, right? And then there's still some knowledge you have to go get at like, you know, beginner zones. Just like, I could do that, or I can continue grinding for like a bill or two an hour and then, you know, not do that. So I'm hoping in the future, Pearl Abyss, you know, actually revamps a lot of the older spots. They kind of do that slowly, but, you know, a lot of the older spots are just straight up not worth going to. That's why I think having a seasonal character is definitely worth it. But ecology, it's nice to get as much as you can. And the difference between like 20-30%, just keep in mind, all this item drop rate is additive, not multiplicative. So it's like the difference between like a 20 and 30 is 10% increase, which is nice. It's good. But like the amount of time you're spending to have an extra permanent 10% in 2025 is like they give a lot of buffs out in item drop rate, items, event stuff these days where it's pretty easy to get 300. So like, let's say, I would say probably try to aim for at least 6,000 to hit that 20%, and then, you know, not stress out about the extra 10% as much. Like realistically, is it nice to have? Yeah, but the amount of time you're spending doing that is just a wild amount of time to go for 10,000. But yeah, just playing naturally, going to all the spots, unlocking everything. Luckily, I've been playing this game since launch, so, you know, almost 10 years at this point, and then I've literally grinded every single spot in the game. But I understand from a new player's perspective that, like, oh, you're watching a guide, right? And then it tells you just go here, here, here at these AP spots, and then you're skipping a lot of the irrelevant stuff. That's what newer players are going to be having to do, which is, you know, why I would suggest to Pearl Abyss to revamp some of the older spots, which would help literally everyone. So yeah, ecology is one of the biggest grinds. Your goal is to get as much as you can, and then the best way to do it is probably, it's going to sound pay to win, but you know, the bird pets that give knowledge, that's what you do. Get 5 of those and stack it, and then go to older spots. It's not going to feel good, but it is what it is. It's the grind. All right, so adventure logs. This one is something that I've actually been doing a little bit this month as well. And you know, it's funny. I did Valencia recently, and a lot of these, like across the board, no matter what region, it's doing all those side quests that you skip your initial playthrough of. Like, I know a lot of people just do the main story quest and then that's it. And then if you haven't already pushed for a 30k quest or 100k, this is what you're doing. So I'm not particularly pushing for 30 or 100k just because, like, I've done it once, and then the replay value for me personally is not really worth it. But I've been doing some of the stuff just to get the energy, and so a lot of these are just talking to NPCs and doing the small quests that take like 5 minutes at a time and just kind of going out of your way. So yeah, I think this one might be actually, it's a breath of fresh air. Is it profitable? No. I'm actually like thinking in the back of my mind, like, I could be grinding 3 bill an hour, or I just want to see big energy number get bigger. So that's what I chose. So yeah, just know that adventure logs are the side quests that a majority of people skip along the way. And here's the thing, what I would do for this, because inevitably people are going to get lost and you're just like, I have no idea where to go. There are a lot of sites that you could use that basically people post screenshots and, you know, just it tells you where to go. BDO Codex is a good one. Yeah, that's what I've been using. It has like basically all the knowledge stuff. It just tells you where to go, like quest lines to follow, and it's super easy. So definitely one of those things. I would say the hardest ones for me, Oh, well, actually, I wouldn't say they're hard. Some of them are just kind of going back and forth, like long distances. Morning Light was one of the ones that took a pretty long time, and is like they're not even finished, but I did the bare minimum to get the energy requirement. So yeah, Morning Light is probably going back and forth, and there's no particular order. But aside from that, doing like everything else, you just play the game naturally. Most of these, I would say, the only annoying ones are the ones that require you to go get all the chests in like hidden spots. But that's, once again, that's what like the sites you use are for, and that's about it. It's more things I have to go for. But some of them are doing quests, but also just like interacting with random objects around the world, and I definitely recommend doing that. Academics is well, actually, adventure logs and academics are both like sometimes you talk to a certain NPC, right? And then the way you can interact with them is playing the Amity game or just F5 waving to an NPC. If you guys have no idea what it's like, let me just show you. Are there any NPCs that are talk toable? So like you see this Amity thing over here. There are some NPCs that will only talk to you if you have a certain amount. So you could like wave to them, like hitting your F5. Let me just show you how you can do that. But the Amity game, dude, that is like the most outdated system in 2025 to the point where most people, especially as new players, are not going to do. So like, for example, sometimes they'll have dialogue right under the Amity number, and it'll be like, knowledge of insert thing or quest line starts with the number. And so you F5 wave to him, 3 energy, 3 Amity, like 1-to-1. Or you can play this Amity game, the conversation thing. It's actually kind of annoying to do, and I might have to make an updated video about that at some point. But yeah, aside from that, academics, literally go find an interactive point in the world, go talk to it, keep repeating. It actually showed me a lot of places that I didn't even know in the world existed. Like there are random caves that you never go into. Some places, I think the most annoying one that I had to do down in Odalita, you'd think this is normal, but like around here is a straight mountain, and then like there are random caves around here that you just never knew existed. That's where all the energy and like what is it, interactive points are for that. So yeah, and just in case you didn't know, now you do, and start finding them. And then those are basically all the notable things that give energy, aside from, you know, there are other things that give energy, like, what is this? Let me see. Where is it? Oh, wait, hold on. Titles give it over here too. Just acquire titles, get more energy, but that one is just kind of like a long game grind. What I'd recommend for everyone else, whether you're a new player or not, make sure to max out or like do all your characters. Topography. C is like C is actually a lot of energy you can gain. So just try bartering for a little bit, like a week or two. You'll just get all this done naturally. I would say Ecology is probably the longest grind. Adventure Log is side quests, and Academics is finding the hidden spots around the world that you never knew existed. And yeah, so that's what I would do. In terms of easiest, there's these, and then most time consuming is Ecology. And if you enjoy questing and you plan on going for like 30,000 in the future, let me show you something. Like I don't plan on going for 30,000, but I did 10,000 just to get to +3. And if I get 20,000, great. If not, no big deal. So let me explain something. If you have all your quests on, make sure to turn it on. These are off by default for all you new players. It looks like that. I don't know why they're off by default, but make sure to turn it all on. Just click this button. When they're yellow, that's good. So if you want to know what quests count towards your total quest count, you'll see a bunch of little border things. So you see this thing right here. If you see like one where it only has yellow borders by the edges, that means those are either repeatable or do not count towards your total quest counter. But if you see one that's like a full-on border, like this one, you see how it's like full green all around? Or, yeah, like all of those, like yellow border over here. This one, it means this will count towards your 30,000 or whatever number you're going for. But like edges do not count. So with that said, hopefully that helps you guys, and just do all the side quests. Some of these, like, let me probably point out a few of them. If you've played the game naturally, just did all the quests at least once, there's probably a few where you have a majority of the knowledge and you just need like one or two more. Just make sure to look at all your tabs and see like, maybe I have about like 80% of them, and you just want to get the energy of it. Sometimes it's like straight up 3 energy at a time, or 4. So when you look at this, you're probably like, oh, this gives 6 energy, right? But then like 6 energy for all of this, that's not like, it's minimal work. And it's not like you just get all 6 at once. Like if you do like 25%, you might get like 1 of them, 50% of the quest or whatever knowledge, you get 2 or 3 points. So like, and then maxes out is doing all of it. So yeah, it's just like small things over time. And I figured I'd just like talk to you guys about that because it's been something I've wanted to do for a while, and I just like seeing the big number get bigger, even if it's, you know, just a flex point at this point. I would say try to get yours above like 500, 550, because if you ever plan on using the, what is that, consumable, dude, I have no idea what it's called. Is it a potion? Yeah, this thingy, that just straight up gives you 500 energy, and then your recovery is plus 30 for an hour. So like, there are a lot of things for gatherers we have to do, and so keeping like at least a 500 is a good starting point. Anything after that, it's just like a nice number to have. But anyway, that's about it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions on any like knowledge stuff in particular, I'm happy to point you in the right direction. Admittedly, I don't know everything, but I could probably help you with a majority of things. Otherwise, BDO Codex, just look at that and you'll be good. Anyway, see you guys later. Peace.